After a long wait, intense preparations, boot camps and tactical drills all geared towards CHAN 2024, the Harambee Stars finally kicked off their campaign yesterday at the magnificently refurbished Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. And what a start it was as they hunted down their prey, the Leopards of DR Congo, for a cherished 1-0 win. That hard-fought victory has injected fresh belief and renewed impetus into the Benny McCarthy coach side, even as they dare to dream of greater glory. And that's not all. The team now enjoys the backing of a bullish and passionate fan base led by none other than the country's #1, President William Ruto. Not only has he pledged hefty financial rewards, but he has also kept the talk walking into the dressing room yesterday to personally follow through on that pledge. We've got all that lined up for you, including the pomp and color that marked the opening ceremony of this tourney in Tanzania. And across the borders, our special correspondent, Grace Kemigisa, will bring us updates from Uganda, where the Cranes are gearing up for a massive football night with Algeria. Welcome to yet another thrilling edition of Sporty Monday. I'm your host, Isaac Swila Tijan, and joining me on the program is Ziti Jimoi, Jacob Isia, guest analyst Gideon Wangare, and sports lawyer Japheth Munyendo, all in the house and ready to roll. But first, over to Ziti at the scoreboard.
Thank you so much, Sila. Of course, on this side, I'll be giving you all the fixtures of the host team, that is Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya, so that you know which match you'll go to watch Tanzania. If someone is in Kenya and wants to go to watch a match in Tanzania, kama utataka kwenda huko pia, I'll be giving you fixtures of the host teams. And then something else that I'll be giving you on this side, I will be giving you the details if, after the group stages, the teams are tied, and how are we going to break it down so that one team can proceed into the knockout stage. So I'll be giving you all these details on this side on the touch screen. Back to you, Sila.
Thank you, Ziti. We are looking forward to that. And to the question of the day, we are asking you, do you think Harambee Stars can go all the way and win CHAN 2024 after that huge win over DR Congo yesterday at Kasarani? Do you think the Stars can punch all their way to the finale after hunting down the Leopards of DR Congo yesterday? We want to hear from you. 22422, that's the SMS line. You can text your feedback. You can also X us at Citizen TV Kenya, at Isaac Swila, at ZTG Moi, and of course, you can also engage us on Facebook, hashtag Sporty Monday. We can get the conversation going. And of course, CHAN 2024 is our top story. And from Dar es Salaam to Nairobi, the CHAN 2024 tourney kicked off in dramatic fashion. In Nairobi, Kenya, of course, the Stars locked horns with DR Congo at the iconic Kasarani Stadium, a showdown full of tactical brilliance on the pitch, while off it, rather, there were a lot of color. At Nyayo Stadium, Morocco and Angola engaged in yet another fierce duel, but it was Kenya's opener that had it all. The electric atmosphere stole the show as passionate fans braved tight security checks and long pre-match protocols to rally behind the home team, Harambee Stars, who did not disappoint, sealing a memorable 1-0 victory. Our very own Festus Lango was on the ground, capturing all the color, drama, and fanfare, and filed this report.
The countdown to kickoff started early. Nairobi's central business district was a sea of red, green, black, and white. Fans in Harambee Stars jerseys, while roadside vendors made a killing selling national team merch. Public service vehicles headed to Kasarani were packed, not just with fans, but with hope. For many, this was more than just a game, it was a national moment.
Yeah, personally, the first time yangu kuingia Kasa, so yeah, niko so excited kwenda kuchekio game juu bro, inchi mbele siku zote bana.
So mimi na feel poa juu hii ni kitu mara ya kwanza kufanywa Kenya, kitu ambacho haijafanyiwa. So lazima tufurahie juu iko Kenya sasa.
Yeah, tunasikia poa. I'm feeling very nice. I'm so excited. Tunataka to like we win this thing, yeah.
You see, when Kenya is playing at home with the kind of support that we are going to give today, I'm sure DRC supporters are going to be less than even 1,000 in the field. They are not going to be hard at all. We are going to win today.
Miki tunaweza ambia DRC Congo hawatoboi game. Hawatoboi. Hata wakuja na nini? Wacha tufike hapo tuwakilishe timu yetu.
Kuna huyu kijana ambaye anachezea Gor Mahia. Ni kijana Austin Owino. Ni Austin nani? Odhiambo. Kijana yule atatufanyia mambo. Hilo ni jambo ambalo liko wazi kama meno ya ngiri.
And at the stadium, fans of all ages stand up to witness history.
The domestically based Harambee Stars making their tournament debut.
And they didn't wait long. In the 45th minute, Gor Mahia's Austin Odhiambo sent Kasarani into a frenzy with a beautifully struck opener.
To advance their cause, looking for a goal, and they find it brilliantly in added time. It's Austin Odhiambo. Austin Odhiambo is a star, but his star has risen exponentially now.
Over at Nyayo National Stadium here in Nairobi, Morocco and Angola treated fans to a more tactical showdown. The Atlas Lions controlled possession from the get-go and found their breakthrough in the 29th minute, courtesy of Imadria, he well-taken goal.
More numbers here. This one is with the goalkeeper alone. It's in the net. It's a goal. It's Morocco. And it's Riahi who scores.
The North Africans stayed on the front foot after the break, and their persistence paid off late when Joaquim Balanga accidentally turned the ball into his own net, sealing a 2-0 victory for Morocco. The win puts them top of Group A, level on points with Kenya but ahead on goal difference. Back to Kasarani, and the win came with reward. Each player and technical bench staff are now 1 million Kenya shillings richer after President William Ruto pledged 1 million Kenya shillings to each player for victory, 500,000 Kenya shillings for a draw, and 60 million Kenya shillings if the team reaches the quarterfinals. The stakes and the incentives just got higher.
Courageous keeping from Omondi, dives at the feet of Kayembe to deny DRC an equalizer.
And as the CHAN 2024 builds momentum, former Harambee Stars striker Dennis Oliech was unveiled as tournament's ambassador, flanked by Sports CS Salim Vuria, PS Elijah Mwangi, and FKF President Hussein Mohamed. With his star power and connection to fans, Oliech is expected to rally the crowds and build pride throughout the tournament.
Mimi naomba tu mafans wakuje, au ndo atakuwa motivation kwa maplayers. Wakitokea wengi ni kwa kiwanja, ni watapush, ni wachezaji, ni bila hao, ni wachezaji waweze kuwa nini na motisha.
You have good stories of dedication and you overcame many obstacles that you can motivate many and many. But more important, you are a role model and inspirations to many. So as we go forward, nawaomba mjitokeze, muongee na vijana.
We believe Dennis Oliech will rally the nation behind Harambee Stars, inspire confidence in our players, and elevate the campaign message, Pamoja Tushinde, together we win. We honor him today not only for his past exploits, but for his willingness to serve and mentor once again.
For Kenya, it's genuine delight.
Festus Lango, Sporty Monday, Citizen TV.
That's our very own Festus Lango painting the picture of how it went down as the Stars hunted down the leopard, caged the leopard, skinned the leopard, and got the victory. Very good morning to you, Ziti. You're smiling sheepishly.
No, I'm saying the way we skinned the leopard, so that's why I'm smiling.
But these are Congolese leopards.
Yes, Congolese
not
leopards.
The other one.
Not really the Kenyan leopard.
So actually they stay in, they have a lot of, they have numbers. If you check the fans, walikuja wengi sana, meaning that we have a lot of Congolese here in Kenya. So something else, of course, first appearance in Chan tournament, of course, first goal, first clean sheet, Austin scoring his first goal for the Chan when he's in the national team. That was a massive win, and that is the morale that the boys really wanted to do it for the start of the tournament. And then again, the promises coming up with a little bit of shillings here and there. In our pia morale, something that we've seen here. We've seen that the boys really pushing the boys. That I was so excited for yesterday because a lot of people were like, group akuna, it is a group of death. We are not going even to get 1 point. We're not going even to get 2 points. But again, 3 points from getting it from. Of course, DRC Congo. I know, 2 times champions, DRC Congo. That is a massive start for the boys. So I know there's a lot of things that we saw on the pitch for the boys. We don't want to say kwe. I know the coach have already talked to the boys, so we don't want to put it really a motto like, nani ukufanya hivi, nani ukufanya hivi. But again, that is I can just say congratulations to the boys. This is the way to go. On Thursday, we will be there to watch you against Morocco, which is not an easy, against Angola, which is not an easy team. I watched the game, Angola playing against Morocco, and it was a very pacey match. So it is not a very easy. It's similar at Morocco, wamepiga bao mbili, easy. No, that mentality we should not put in our mind. We need to go with a winning mentality, and we need to go. We are going to face another team that is very tactic.
And of course, the talk in town is tunashinda, tunakota mamilioni. Tunashinda, tunakota mamilioni. Of course, His Excellency promised this morning, hiyo 1 million inapewa, itabebwa na gunia, I believe. So from State House, pesa inaenda kwa kikosi, pale Upper Hill, and of course on Thursday against the Angolans, they're called the Palancas Negras. So we don't really fear them. Stars must go there bravely.
Yes.
At the end of this turn, we want our players to be richer and to live better lives.
Yes.
But Wakili, coming of tactical tweaks, and Coach Benny talked about this in a post-match reflection, and he said he had to change some 1-2-1-2, which worked for him, and it was really in praise of his midfield. From where you sit, your thoughts on that game yesterday?
The game was good for as long as we bagged the 3 points. I mean, the tactics really do not matter. I'm a believer in the end justifying the means, not the means justifying the end. Because we are not really a footballing nation, much as the majority of sports fans think. Zero philosophy. We have zero philosophy. Are we an attacking nation whenever we go to play? Or do we string on some 3 or 2 passes? Initially, when the match started, when I saw the lineup, my thoughts were that we are going, in fact, to defend a lot. But I was wrong. The inclusion of Mansour Okwaro in the part of the midfield has shown or has hinted that he is part of the greater plans of Benny. Remember, this is a 19-year-old. And he's a centre-back at KCB in his club. And
the coach talked highly of him, actually singled him for praise.
He's one of the coach's most loved players, and I could see it because he was given a very huge role at the midfield. And initially, there was an imbalance in the first half. He struggled, but he later on came bold and very impressive for the reason that he was given a role which is not familiar to, and he delivered. And given his age and the stage, I would give him a thumbs up. Also, the introduction later on when he got injured, and I really hope his injury is not serious so that the doctors can work to expedite his healing. When Marvin Nabwire came in, and you know, Isi and I have been voting for inclusion of Marvin Nabwire, and Benny said, I'm not here to please people, but he pleased us. Benny, thank you. At the end of the day, he pleased us. We saw Shira is part of the team. You still pleased us. We are happy. Edward Omondi, formerly of Sofapaka, and is still part of the playing contingent. We are happy. Now, Ogam's inclusion, I love that Ogam has been disciplined to the extent that he has healed himself. Not all professionals get injured and then they get healed. And I saw he was deployed. He's a central striker, but he was deployed to the flank. give it to him. He really tried. And the gentleman from Bandari, I think he's a central striker. He's not used on the flank. My view would be...
Sakwa.
Yes, Sakwa. Perhaps maybe if the coach thinks it right, maybe he can deploy their Omondi. But Sakwa, I'm told, I'll have to admit, I've not watched him play. I've not watched much of him. But Coach Engin Ferrat once called him. And the coach, where he sits, he understands why. I'm looking at him from a fan point of view. And the coach understands. But my view would be, instead of Masood leading the attack as the central striker, let Sakwa be deployed to that position because he's familiar to that position. Then on the flank, we deploy somebody more faster. Or even Ogam could still be deployed at the central position because he's the main, he came third in the
top scorer.
The top scorer.
Despite a long injury, Leo.
Yes. And lastly, we are missing the presence of Bajaber, the presence of Moses Shuma and Emmanuel Osoro. Perhaps if these three gentlemen were around, we will not be speaking anything about the Leopards because we just caged the Leopards by a 1-goal margin. Probably we would be speaking about the death of the Leopards.
How phenomenal, and we were there watching this game, how phenomenal was Alpha yesterday. I saw a very composed player actually putting in a shift even to cover for probably deficiencies of his teammates.
I don't know. I wish I could also add something onto that 1 million, especially for Alpha. I wish I could do something for Alpha because Alpha played, he was as cool as a cucumber on that midfield. And you see, there's the confidence that you need. Players who can hold, players who can pass with confidence, very calculated passes, players who can know the tempo when it is, against us, the opponent. That was Alpha. And for me, when he was picked as the man of the match, no doubt about it. That was no Alpha. Just to add that there's something I've liked about Benny. Yesterday, what won yesterday was tactics and boldness. I have liked about Benny. And I want to concur with Wakili that if you don't please people, but you please them, that kind of a paradox, it's so sweet. Why? The boldness of deploying Mansour where he played. The boldness of also picking Bain or Diambo to start. Remember, he has been the understudy of Shikalo at Bandari before just switching to God, what he did the other day. And most of the people would have expected that the trend continues because of, he just came to the camp, even he was called up actually later. You see, when we hosted the former captain Harambee Stars, Musa Otieno, 1 week ago, and he said, there is what Kenyans see, but there is what the coach sees in training. That's why sometimes you have to give it to the coach when he makes such decisions. We want to invite him to be more bold, even going forward. I know maybe there were areas of deficiencies that we saw, and he must have also seen the same. Let me speak to the question of, what some of the things that maybe we may need to see improvements. Yesterday, we did not perform so well on the wings. Our wings were a little bit dead. And that is an area that maybe the coach can try to tweak and see what could happen. Yesterday, I saw when Mushiri was introduced late in the second half, twice he showed some, glimpses of brilliance, and I thought that maybe he could be a person who can be tried going forward, even to start. That would mean, for example, a player like Ogam would not have to be started away from his usual position as a center forward. Then again, I have to say my respected captain, Abud Omar, please don't do to me what you did to me. Don't do what you did to me. Yesterday, I almost collapsed.
The VAR saved us.
Sometimes there is a player's confidence. which is, of course, comes with experience and all that. But sometimes when there is that kind of ping pong in the box, and it creates some tension on the players.
KGS.
So when you get the ball, clear the mess from that. And I know he knows better than me because he has been here for a long time. So please, next time, Abudi, my guy, don't do that.
I was waiting for him to give Omija his flowers, like for what he did. Omija knows how to cover the defense. He knows how even to cover the goalkeeper. You remember, tungekuwa saizi 1-1 by the way, but he cleared the ball just ikifika kwa line, on the line. So Omija, please, buy flowers, chukua flowers kutoka kwangu.
And also, just for fairness, we have to also to give it to the number 10, the Congolese number 10, as
it's called Jafet Kambala.
On the left wing.
Yes.
That guy needed some and I like how Benny reacted, because when the game was starting, he was very fast and causing some trouble on Daniel Sakari. Even that yellow card came, and then Omija had somehow to start dropping, to cover, and it worked very well.
Do you know if we had a natural winger as opposed to Ogam, even though Ogam initially is a defender. Yes, he's a defender. He's not a striker. He was only deployed because Tusker
absolutely. But look at what he has done. The goal returns speak for itself.
I feel the midfield would have been more productive if Ogam himself was tracking back to cover for Sakari, as opposed to Omija, because Omija was being overworked. But anyway, he did still a good job. Yes.
And of course, Gideon Wangare joining us. He's been traveling all over the world, from Miami to Chicago to everywhere. But anyway, he's still a big ardent fan of Sporty Monday. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Suila. Feels good to be back, and congratulations to Harambee Stars. That was a massive win from them. And during that match, what I observed is that they started a bit shaky, a bit tensed. But as the game was going on, you could see their body language changing. They are ready for it, fighting for it. And Mansour, the defensive midfielder, did a very splendid job, allowing Alphonse Onyango and Austin Odhiambo to defend, to attack more. And then while they're losing the ball, they could also, you could see the transitions. You could see the formation changing swiftly from a 4-4-2 to a 4-1-4-1, which allowed DRC, gave DRC a very hard time in attacking. Probably
I'll stick with you, probably speaking for the fans. What role could you say about that? Because Benny, I attended his post-match briefing and he took time to hail the role, rather, of the 12th man. And I know the 12th man was not very happy because some of them have not been able to get tickets. At one point, they had to overrun the security barrier when President Ruto and Twaraj drove in. There was that probably anticipation. We want to get into the stadium and this is taking too long. And again, you sample what's going on social media and even the legacy media. You see that fans want to be in the stadium. They want to rally behind the boys, but they are being limited. They can't get the tickets. But even those who were there really cheered the boys on.
The 12th man is a very, very important person when it comes to football and any other sports, because the atmosphere brings the atmosphere, motivating the player. You could see yesterday there was a fracas, the fans trying to get into the stadium because of they don't have tickets. Some of them were, you could see the rumors ongoing. I was sharing with Zita this morning that there were some people, allegedly they say that they bought a ticket, one person buying around 50 tickets. So I think it's up to CAF. There is something I didn't understand, Swila. Up to now, you see, like they say no tickets will be sold during match day. And then all of a sudden you hear someone saying, I have 10 tickets I'm giving out. It's up to CAF to come with a clear and a transparency with a mock.
No, you see.
But you cannot tell someone not to buy 50 or 100 tickets because they're buying for his people or something. It's just the rules should be musilete kupeana kwa gate hapo. Just know a place where you can meet, give the people wakuja waingie. But again, at the end of it, because the tickets were not sold at the gate, what I understand is the tickets were sold out. There are people who bought more tickets, but again, the places walikuwa wanapeana hizo tickets, that is what you need to ask. They need to be done in town or they need to be done somewhere else, not where the stadium is. Talking about the stadium.
So, for clarity, let me just clarify that part. You see, what normally happens is that this is a common practice worldwide. And I know you have seen it when you've covered tournaments like World Cup and all that. People buy tickets, then they sell at a higher price. Now, you see hoarding. Now, you see the issue is, in Europe, for example, I remember sometimes we did a story on that when we were covering the World Cup 2018, where we would want to see actually how it works. But in Europe, most of the times, those tickets will still be sold. But in Kenya, you want to buy, for example, like 100 tickets, and you want to believe that you are going to sell all of them, but you end up maybe selling like 10. So there's going to be a loss because those 90 extra seats are going to be empty, yet you bought. I want to believe that people who are holding those tickets going forward are going to learn a lesson that sometimes it may not be that beneficial.
Yes.
And again, now, you see, when CAF says no selling tickets during the match day, they mean that because they sell online. The moment you buy online, their business with you is done. So this other one is not actually even selling. They believe that selling bit of it was done long ago. And maybe want to appeal to Kenyans that please don't buy a lot of tickets to hold and deny Kenyans who would have, will to go to the stadium a chance to support their